Okay, so we look at Everybody's Gone to the Rapture at 21:9. So this is one beautiful game of a world that is rarely ever depicted in video games, and never to this level of detail. It is an absolutely perfect replication of a typical English village with fantastic attention to detail, with a gripping, creepy story interwoven and told to you in quite a fascinating manner. It has been a beautiful experience to play so far. Anyway, before continuing on my thoughts, let's cover the Ultrawide Support. So when selecting 21:9 in the menus, you will find that they are all now zoomed. So you can see the top of the menus, no problem, but you lose the bottom section, making navigating rather a pain. However, I quickly learned at 16:9 how to navigate, and so when at 21:9, could use sensible guesswork to use it no problem. However, initially I did run into trouble when launching the game first, as my desktop resolution was 3440x1440, and so the game launched at that resolution, and so I was confronted with these cut-off menus before ever seeing the proper 16:9 versions, and so it took a while to work out how to change it to 2560x1440 instead. A lot of random clicking and hoping. However, once you successfully work your way through the menus, the gameplay does show you more on the left and right at 21:9, and a massive positive here is there is extremely minimal FOV stretching on the sides of the screen. The only problem though is there isn't an FOV slider, which is a bit of a pain, and I'm sure some people will miss it. Performance wise, things are a little disappointing. Not terrible by any means, but not fantastic. We've only just had the launch, and I'm sure in time patches will fix the FPS issues. But essentially, running at 2560x1440, everything on low, I was able to maintain pretty much a steady 60 FPS all the time, dipping occasionally, but even then only minimally below 60. 3440x1440 is another story. It is significantly more FPS greedy, and even with everything on lowest possible points, it struggled to ever hit 60, which is a shame because this is a beautiful game. And when standing still looking at the world, at a time when FPS doesn't matter so much, you can see the beauty there. So yes, hopefully optimization comes in so we can explore in the intended ultra settings. I should say this is all on a GTX 980 Ti. As I said previously, this is an absolutely perfect recreation of an English village. I should know I've spent many years of my life in them, and I absolutely love them. Traveling the world, I love so much about every country I go to, but there is something about an English village which just cannot be found anywhere else on Earth. And of course, this is one slightly creepy English village. Now, whilst walking around, the sounds of birds and the wind is, at least personally, full of memories and really does transport me into the world. Obviously, I am very biased in this respect, as it's part of my life, this setting. But I must say, it really does make me jump like hell when I'm walking around and then suddenly voices appear out of nowhere behind me, as it takes me a moment to realise it's another light memory moment thing. Gameplay is very smooth, very much like the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Slow movements, keeping the pace very languid and unhurried, and so gives you time to think and imagine what is going on. A feature that perfectly meshes with the storytelling. They don't have markers telling you where to go, you just work it out yourself in whatever order you want. Spend as much time as you want exploring. You definitely get a million times more out of it if you spend time seeing every last detail. The way the story is conveyed to you is also lovely. The rough outline of the characters in certain parts of the map, whilst you watch and listen to the moment being recreated, and you're just merely an outsider. No one talks to you, but instead you listen and watch. It's like reading a novel. It lets you make up your own mind on the situation as you slowly learn the facts. Now, I haven't completed the game in any way yet, only played about an hour and a half, so things could change for the worse. But I've read a number of glowing reviews, and people's thoughts are pretty much unanimously very positive. And so it's a surefire, safe bet if you're looking for a game that runs along the same lines as The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. On a side note, I must absolutely state the music is phenomenally well executed. I understand why the composer won all his awards for this game now. So I hope that gives you some information on how the game runs at 21:9. I will look to update this video if 21:9 is altered in any way, so keep an eye on my channel. Give this video a like if you found it helpful, and subscribe for future info. For any other games at 21:9, head over to my channel. Hopefully I've covered it. If I haven't, then leave a comment down below and I'll try and cover it. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, then links to my Patreon page are in the description. See you later.
Someone had been raiding all the empty houses. He said a load of stuff had been taken.
What's up?
It looks like someone's been collecting their own supplies.
Bastard.
Well, we got enough stuff.
Dr. Reed, here you are. There's a queue of patients a mile long out there.
Just send them to the village hall with the others, please, Bob.
Doctor, people are scared. Mrs. Gables just called me and said her husband's vanished. She was very frightened. She said there was blood coming out from his ears and his nose.
What the hell do you want me to do? Until they lift the quarantine, we're not going anywhere. Just tell them to drink.
Make a decision, Lizzie. Especially now.
I do love him, Father. I love them both.
He's married. There are other people involved in this.
Oh, I hardly think that anyone's in the position to claim the moral high ground, do you?
Well, I take your point about Stephen and Robert, but I think Kate might see things differently.
Do you? I mean, she's not screwing anyone else, pardon my French, but...